Hello my friends and my family. How are y'all doing today? My name is Ethan Rosenbaum and I'm here to both inform and educate you on a social injustice that is happening all across the globe. Every year, more and more Christians are being persecuted. This is an issue that is not minor, but as time goes by is growing and growing every second. Since their beginnings, Christians have been persecuted for their belief in Jesus Christ. From the first martyr, St. Stephen, to today, Christians have been losing their lives for their belief. All across the globe, Christians are not only losing their economical rights, but they are also losing their lives every day for their faith. This issue has been going on for over 2,000 years and has still not stopped. Where are the great minds in society on this issue? They seem to be non-existent. This issue is something that needs to end today, not tomorrow or next week. It needs to end as soon as possible because people are suffering too much for it. Christians have been losing their lives every day for their belief in Jesus Christ, and society has had the opportunity to end this issue, yet they seem to be not doing so. Many people hear of Christian persecution, but they don't think that it's a major social injustice. Yet, according to Fox News, 90,000 Christians were killed worldwide for their belief in the year 2016. For every person that dies, that is a loved brother or a loved sister or friend, and so on and so on. It is our duty to raise awareness for this issue. Families are being torn apart, young women are being raped, churches and homes are being burned to the ground, all because of people's faith. How can someone say that this is not a major social injustice? The torment of this issue is undeniable, and we must do something about it. Christian persecution is very much like a thorn in the foot. It may not be the most important issue to deal with at the moment, but if you let it build over time, that thorn can become very fatal to your health. Also, the 90,000 people that are dying do not include the 600 million people that are prevented from practicing their faith in the year 2016. This is according to Fox News. Now, obviously, people in the Middle East do not experience the freedom of religion that we have here in America. However, there is no excuse for taking away the belief of somebody else just because you believe that you are right. However, Christians are still worshiping their God. They must do so in secret, however. So they will worship in abandoned buildings or underground or in a place they think they will not get caught. They do realize that getting caught could very easily mean them losing their lives. Imagine living in those standards, constantly having to look over your shoulder, constantly having to worry 24/7 because you know that your life is in danger. This is what Christians in the Middle East are facing. As horrible as Christian persecution is, it has not yet convinced society that it needs to end. As a matter of fact, Ryan Maru, analyst for the Clarison Project, says that the U.S. has not had a strategy for specifically addressing the persecution of Christians. How can so many people be suffering and dying and the U.S. has no specific strategy to end this issue? No government has tried to stop Christian persecution, and no law has been put in effect, and as a result, the numbers are continuing to rise. The world knows about Christian persecution, but they feel like if they don't know about it and don't really get into it, it really can't hurt them or their conscience. It is hard to see, but there's an underlying mindset that the sooner Christian persecution ends, the better, but that's a situation to deal with another day. This mindset is leading to more deaths per year and more economical struggles for Christians. Many people believe Christian persecution is not a major social injustice compared to others. But do these people realize that 600 million people are prevented from practicing their faith? Do they realize that 90,000 people are being killed for their belief in Jesus Christ? According to Vice President Mike Pence, no people of faith face greater hospitality or hatred than the followers of Christ. As horrible as Christian persecution is, no politician or no leader has gone overseas to the Middle East to try to raise awareness for this issue. But the government has put money into one small organization. We cannot keep putting this off for another day. This needs to be at the center of our attention right now. Too many people are suffering as a result of Christian persecution. Open Door USA made a chart with the top 10 most persecuted countries. Syria and Iraq were two countries that really headlined this chart. In these countries, Christians are being tormented in the most undeniable ways. At the basic steps, Christians are losing their houses and more of their economical rights. However, when you get to the more intense stuff, they're becoming raped and they're becoming imprisoned. Then you get to the really extreme things that are happening to them, and their heads are being chopped off and they are being burned alive, all because of Christians' belief in Jesus Christ. There is no excuse for taking away the life of another human being or treating them so badly just because their religion is different from yours. These Christians are going through so much pain all because of this, and that is unacceptable. In conclusion, Christians are losing their lives and their economical rights all across the globe. This has been happening since the very beginning of Christian persecution and has continued today. The opportunity to end this injustice has been happening, but no one really seems to be taking it. Personally, I made a YouTube video that has had over 200 views to raise awareness for this issue. Now it's time for us all to come together to educate and inform the world about the persecution of Christians.